A Louisiana woman has been left facing a $53,000 medical bill after suffering a severe rope course shore excursion on her very first Carnival cruise. Welcome back to our channel, guys. It's your host with the most, Vince.
And it's your girl, Arlene.
And we're the Royal Tea Adventures. So in today's video, cruise vacation turns into a $50,000 medical nightmare after a shore excursion.
Imagine boarding your very first cruise ever to your dream destination in the Caribbean, and just to be rushed off the ship 3 days later because you need a medical emergency surgery facing up to $50,000 medical bill.
Ooh.
That is exactly what happened to a Louisiana woman who went on an excursion in Honduras. And we're going to break down what happened, why this story has the cruise community talking, and what question every cruiser should be asking before booking their next excursion.
Let's check out the video right here.
Baby. Yeah. Oh my God, you got the leg. It wasn't bad. Are you okay?
All right, we just watched the video, a little bit of context of the story. 28-year-old Kirsten Lindsay from Louisiana was enjoying her very first Carnival cruise when everything changed during a short excursion in Rural Town, Honduras. Her boyfriend said she was using a rope swing when it appeared to be a retrieval line was improperly connected. As she swung out, the line allegedly tightened between her legs, causing a devastating injury. And that has to be painful.
Yes. And at first, she believed that it was only a minor injury. And, she tried to shake it off and play it off. But within a short period of time, the swelling became severe and the pain intensified, which resulted that she couldn't walk anymore. And she had to be wheelchaired back to the ship. She spent a full day receiving treatment on the ship from the medical center, and her condition just continued to get worse and worse. So according to the boyfriend, they, talked out options for more medical treatment, which they tried to discuss. I think Mexico was an option, or stay on board to continue receiving medical treatment, or arranging a private medical evacuation back to the United States.
Yes.
So the couple ultimately, I guess, decided to go back to the States. And the cost alone, just for the medical flight, was $50,000.
$50,000.
Just for the flight, not including anything else.
And we got to talk about the pain, because from what I'm hearing from multiple sources, it was the size of a great ball and a baseball.
Yes, so a golf ball.
Not golf ball. I heard baseball.
Baseball.
And
I
like
heard
a
grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Yes,
grapefruit. I mean, so that's like, imagine.
That is
the swelling.
Painful. I can only imagine. So she ended up coming to Florida, and and then another thing too is what happened is that, so supposedly when it's like a third party excursion versus it being a cruise line excursion, there may be different procedures and protocol and responsibility that they do depending on the circumstances. So that's also something to keep in mind.
So I think it's very important, especially for our first-time cruisers, to be aware that when you are cruising with the cruise line, we always recommend book the short excursion through the cruise line.
Yes, because doing a third party, it comes with a lot of headache.
Yeah.
And a lot of things are not covered. So if something happened, the cruise line automatically going to say it wasn't through us. We're not responsible for what happens to you.
Right. So this happened to be an independent third-party short excursion. And of course, like, it is a huge risk, like, knowing that you do a short excursion.
Right.
And something like this happens.
Right.
We always think about going on vacation, having the fun, but we never think about the other aspect of in case something was to happen.
Exactly. And I know there were major excursion incidents that happened that was reported throughout the year.
Yeah, so a whole bunch major headlines, such as a passenger aboard Royal Caribbean Stars of the Sea suffered a sudden medical emergency while at sea during a snorkeling activity. Then you have a 67-year-old passenger from Carnival Splendor drowned.
Yes.
while participating in a snorkeling excursion in Australia. And then you have a tourist boat carrying 22 passengers and crew capsized off the coast of Cozumel, Mexico.
And we also had that young lady who got both of her feet amputated
Yes.
in the Bahamas while celebrating. So we don't think about incidents like that can even result into death,
Right.
even. And it's just stories like this that makes you think medical emergencies can happen anywhere during any activities that may seem fun and routine. But what many cruisers focus on is packing, the drink packages, specialty dining, and excursion. But very few think about medical evacuations, emergency surgeries, international hospital travel insurance, medical evacuation coverage. It's just so much things that we don't think about, that we just think about the fun aspect of cruising.
Right. I was going to mention that it doesn't even have to be short excursion. There's been many cases of people having injuries on a cruise ship where to the point, and I could be crazy for saying this, but a lot of people got into injuries that they put on themselves, and then now they're trying to blame the cruise line.
Exactly.
So we've been seeing so many cases throughout the year 2026 of these things happening.
We see a lot of these things happen during shore excursions, and this is why we say it's very important and very vital that you get travel insurance.
Yes. It is very important because I always say your vacation is pretty much the travel insurance. The $50, the $90, whatever plan it is, right? That's the actual cost for the vacation because you paid a lot of money, right? And imagine if you don't get the travel insurance, now you got to pay out of pocket. And in this case, they had to cough up $4,000 to get medical treatment. And not only that, for them to fly out to do the surgery, it cost them $50,000 because they had to be airlifted.
Just alone. I want to know, drop it down in the comment. Do you always purchase the travel insurance, or do you take the chance and then just cruise without it and just like, it is what it is? Let us know what you guys think about it.
Right. So going back, I always say the actual price, pay the $50, $40, $60, whatever price it is. That is the actual cost of the vacation, not the thousands of dollars. Because again, if you don't have it, then you lose your money.
That's true. That is so true. And it's better. It's like, it could be with anything. It's just like the same way how we have car insurance, just in case we get into
just
an
in
accident.
case.
It's always just in case. We're not saying, to always think about, but sometimes we do have to think about the worst that can happen.
Right.
So this is why we always tell people, get the travel insurance. That little extra, that extra $90 could have saved them a lot of money. That money that they had to cuff up front or whatever it is, just by getting a travel protection. Yes, it is vacation, the ultimate dream vacation. We don't ever think anything is going to go wrong, but guess what? It happens.
Yes, it's a very unfortunate for these guests to have this experience on their very first cruise.
And I know that's going to leave like a very bad memory, because we go on these trips and these vacations to create beautiful and wonderful memories. But for this to be her very first cruise, and then this is what happened, I don't know how I would have felt. Like, to me, it's like a traumatic event that happened, especially going on your first cruise. Now, would she ever take a cruise ever again?
We don't know.
There's no telling.
So we just know right after she was airlifted, she did have a successful first surgery. And I think she has another surgery on the way. But we want to know your thoughts. Do you always purchase the travel insurance? Should cruise line do more to educate passengers about the risk of independent excursion?
Right. And also, Carnival did come out and say that, to mention that they're
not responsible?
Nope, they're not responsible. And this was not through their line. It was not sponsored through Carnival, because, for those who don't know, our first-time cruiser, there are some shore excursions that the cruise line do provide. But when you go out to these other countries and port, you do have people who's offering third-party excursions, or pay this and we'll take you here. And once you do that,
you're at your own risk.
You're at your own risk. You're at your own leisure. The cruise line knows nothing about what you go and do once you're off. But if this was something that was offered through the cruise line, I probably feel like the story would have been a little different.
Yeah, so let us know your thoughts in the comments. So that is today's cruise news. It is your host with the most, Vince.
And it's your girl, Arlene.
With a real adventure. We will see you on the next cruise news.
Yes. Peace.
Peace.